Right, let's get the questions ready. Bloody hell, why is that so dramatic every time? Hello, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. It's the movie lover tag. Now, this is a video that I saw Movies with Mikayla do a few weeks ago, and I looked at the questions and they are so interesting, I thought I'd make my own video. I haven't prepared any of my answers. I'm just going to riff it and see what happens, because that worked really well when I used to do that with my channel. How often do you watch a movie? It depends who I'm obsessed with at the time, because if they're like a Hollywood actor, I'll be watching like 3 films a night. But if they're more like TV based, then I'll barely be watching any films. And it also depends on new releases as well. So I would say, like, on average, probably like 3 films a week. What was the last movie that you watched and liked? The one that really sticks out for me is Saw, because I got the proper urge to watch it the other night, and I'd only seen it once, and I was like, I really want to watch that again because I really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to say that because it really surprised me as well. I didn't think that I was really going to get into it as much as I did. I've heard bad things about a lot of the other Saw films, so I might leave it at just that one for the moment because I really enjoyed that one. But at some point I'm going to watch all of them and do a horror movie reviews like based on the Saw franchise. But yeah, I think I'm going to say Saw. Say Saw. What was the last movie that you watched and hated? Oh, I'm not like a big hater of films. I try to find at least some good bits because I know it takes so much creativity from so many different people to make these things, but there are some that I just can't deal with and they make me angry, and no film has made me angrier than Phantom of the Opera. I'm not going to get into it because I've already made a video of that, and that was quite long with me ranting. I'll put the link to that in the description if you haven't seen it already. But I think recently, the one that I really couldn't find any good bits in was A Week Away, the Netflix musical thing. It's like a Christian version of Camp Rock and Teen Beach Movie mixed together, but it's just really bad. And one of my friends who goes to Christian camp regularly, she's like, it's not like that. What is your favourite movie of all time? Hot Fuzz. I'm going to skip ones that I've answered before that are really obvious. Your favourite guilty pleasure movie? I hate the term guilty pleasure because if you were really guilty about it, then you wouldn't admit it. I would say probably like any Disney Channel original movie musical. I'm not like scared to say that I love them, and if one of the songs comes on in public, I'm like, this is my jam. If I was talking about films in a serious context, I wouldn't bring them up, but I secretly know all the dances. What movies have you watched a million times? Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, World's End, School of Rock, Labyrinth, Paddington, Paddington 2, It Chapter 2, Sinister, Insidious, Muppet Christmas Carol, completely different genre there. All the Harry Potters, all the MCU films. If I like it, I will watch it a million times. Are you the type of person who watches a movie on the first day of showing? If I can watch it at home, then yes. In a cinema, no. It's just so busy on the first day and the first couple of days. I just can't be dealing with it. The only time I can deal with that many people in a room is when I'm going to the theatre. I usually go to the cinema with my dad, so we usually wait like a couple of days for it to die down so it's just not as busy. Do you use Fandango or pre-book movie tickets? I don't know what Fandango is, but I never usually pre-book movie tickets. I mean, you kind of have to at the moment because, you know, COVID. Most of the time, just turn up, do it on the little touch screen, and then let my dad pay for it. How often do you go to the cinema to watch a movie? Not often recently. My dog's barking. I don't really have a set amount of times that I go. If there's stuff on that I want to watch, then I go and watch it. I'm going to try and go a lot more now that I'm doing this channel. And I'm also going to try going by myself as well. I go to the theatre by myself all the time. I love going to the theatre by myself. But I always thought like going to the cinema by myself would be a bit sad. But now I'm kind of excited. Like in a couple of weeks, I'm going to go and see In the Heights, which I'm so excited about. And I know I'm going to be sat there by myself crying. Oh, here we go. What are the movies that made you cry? All of them. Anything Disney, anything with Tom Holland, anything where a dog dies. Do you watch foreign films? No, but I want to start because I feel like I'm missing out on so much. I feel like it's quite arrogant to just watch things in your own language. So I want to change that about myself and start watching more stuff. Who are your favourite directors? My top favourite of all time, Edgar Wright. If you haven't seen the Last Night in Soho trailer, oh my god, it looks like the best thing ever. I also really love Kenneth Branagh because he's always in the stuff that he directs, so it's just, I love him. What movie soundtrack can be found on your iPod? I'm not really big on like movie scores, but like movie musicals we know that I absolutely love. So I have a playlist of loads of musical soundtracks, some like stage versions and some film versions. It depends on the casting for which ones I prefer, and also like the quality of their voice and the tone and everything. I'm very particular about which ones I choose. Is there any movie that's changed your perspective on life? Oh, we're getting deep now. Do you know what? I might go deep and say the Stanford Prison Experiment. Oh my god, that one shocked me the first time I watched that. How quickly people can turn when they get even like the tiniest bit of power. If you haven't seen that film, go and watch it. It's not an easy watch at all. Like, it gets intense, but it is so good. And it's based on a real life experiment as well. It's fascinating. It's so interesting. DC or Marvel movies? I'm gonna say Marvel because I love the MCU. I'm very like hit and miss with DC movies. I really like the villain stories from DC though. I love Harley Quinn. Do you watch the movie before reading the book or vice versa? I can't read. I make myself sound really stupid. I can read. I have the ability to read. I'm reading right now. But I just don't have the attention span to like focus on a story. I'm still like a third of the way through, maybe not even that much, of It by Stephen King. I have to have like the perfect conditions around me to focus, and I can only focus on reading when I'm on a train. And I haven't been on a train since February 2020. So yeah, once I get to go on a train again, then I'll finish it. Who's your favourite movie couple? Oh my god. Oh, that's a really hard question. I'm staring at the answer. Sally and Jack. I love Nightmare Before Christmas and just, oh, I love them. Any movie character you can relate to? Oh, okay. I'm a mixture of Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore because I really love to eat. I'm always thinking about my next meal, and I love a crop top. So Winnie the Pooh, but I'm a bit of a downer and I complain a lot. So I'm a bit Eeyore as well. Your least favourite movie of all time? Phantom of the Opera, because it makes me angry. Have you ever watched a movie based on the lead actor or actress only? Yes, all the time. I have a whole series dedicated to it. It's called My Favourite Performances. I'll put a link to the playlist below. What movie you expected and wanted to be good but failed you? Phantom of the Opera. Favourite movie villain? Oh, mama. I've got a few. Loki, Joker, Scar, Mother Gothel from Tangled because she's just so sassy and I love her. Hades in Hercules, and Ursula, Little Mermaid. Oh, and Oogie Boogie. Oh my god, I love all of the villains. Ever made a movie review? Yeah, out every Monday and Friday with bonus videos. Check my Instagram story and Facebook page for when they're coming out. Star Wars or Star Trek? I prefer Star Trek personally. I don't know why. I just can't really get into Star Wars. But I love the J.J. Abrams Star Trek films. Right now, think of any movie. What comes first? What, I just talked about Star Trek, so Star Trek? I mean, usually people are like, name a movie, and I just automatically go Hot Fuzz because it's the best movie ever made, you know? Lastly, if your life story was to be made into a movie, who would you like to portray you? Who would be directing it? And what would be the title? Oh my Jesus. I mean, preferably I like to play myself, but maybe like Emilia Clarke. I think she'd do me quite well. Who should be directing it? I mean, I'd love Edgar Wright to direct it, but nothing in my life is that action-packed. So maybe Kenneth Branagh. Or maybe like Olivia Wilde, because she'd make it really fun. What would be the title? Don't know what I'm doing. Bear with me. I'm not going to tag anyone, but if you want to get involved and make a video of your answers, then I'll put the link to all the questions in the description. Thanks for watching. Give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want more of this. But as always, stay safe and look after yourselves. Bye.